In a shocking escalation of violence, recent clashes in Gaza City have claimed the lives of at least 27 individuals, marking one of the deadliest internal conflicts since significant Israeli military operations ended in the region. The confrontation arose between Hamas security forces and armed members of the Dughmush family, a prominent clan within Gaza. Witnesses reported that masked gunmen associated with Hamas engaged in a fierce exchange of gunfire with fighters from the Dughmush family near the Jordanian hospital, leading to widespread chaos and fear in the area. A high-ranking official from the Hamas-controlled Interior Ministry confirmed that their units had encircled the clan's members and were involved in intense fighting aimed at apprehending them. The ministry reported the deaths of 8 of its own personnel, described as casualties of an armed assault by a militia. Medical sources found that since these confrontations escalated on Saturday, 19 Dughmush family members and 8 Hamas fighters have lost their lives. Eyewitness accounts revealed that the skirmishes began in the al-Hawa neighborhood in southern Gaza City, where more than 300 Hamas fighters attempted to besiege a residential block occupied by the Dughmush clan's gunmen. Residents living in the vicinity expressed their terror during the clashes, illustrating scenes of panic as many families fled their homes under the sound of heavy gunfire. A resident poignantly noted, "This time, people weren't fleeing Israeli attacks. They were running from their own people." Historically, the Dughmush family has had a fraught relationship with Hamas, resulting in previous altercations. The Interior Ministry of Hamas reiterated that their military actions aimed to restore peace and indicated that any armed activity outside the framework of resistance would face severe consequences. Both factions are currently blaming each other for the outbreak of violence. Hamas claimed that the Dughmush gunmen were responsible for the deaths of 2 of their fighters and injuries to 5 others, which allegedly provoked their current military operation. In contrast, a spokesperson from the Dughmush family claimed that Hamas forces encroached upon a building that had served as a refuge for them, following the destruction of their homes in the al-Sabra neighborhood during recent Israeli airstrikes. This source contended that Hamas intended to displace the family, to establish a military stronghold within that structure, in a broader effort to exert control over regions recently vacated by Israeli troops. Reports suggest that Hamas has called back approximately 7,000 members of its security forces. These personnel are reportedly deployed across multiple districts, with some dressed in civilian clothing and others in the official blue uniforms belonging to the Gaza police, despite Hamas's media office denying any claims of deploying fighters in the streets. While the situation in Gaza City continues to unfold, it's essential to question: what are the long-term implications of these internal conflicts? Is the rising tension between armed groups indicative of an underlying power struggle? Join the conversation and share your thoughts below.